We'll start with the Democrats. New numbers from Quinnipiac University show Hillary Clinton with a double-digit lead in 3 key swing states. Clinton now ahead of rival Bernie Sanders in Florida, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. On the Republican side, Donald Trump remains on top and gaining traction in Florida and Ohio. We'll dissect all the poll numbers in just a moment, but first, all eyes on Iowa today. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump both hitting the campaign trail there. Let's bring in CNN senior Washington correspondent Jeff Zeleny in Mount Vernon, Iowa, where Clinton will have a stop. We're also joined by CNN's Athena Jones in Waterloo, Iowa, following Donald Trump. Jeff, to you first. Hillary Clinton holding that sizable lead we just showed, double-digit lead in 3 swing states, but right now she's focusing on Iowa. What's going on there today?
Well, Anna, she's focusing on Iowa because that's where this presidential race is going to start in February, of course. And she does not have the comfortable lead in Iowa that she has in some of those other general election battlegrounds. So, of course, the process goes Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, Nevada, and then on to those states. So what the Clinton campaign is trying to do is focus on this Democratic race. There's so much uncertainty inside this Democratic campaign right now. Not only is Bernie Sanders surging in New Hampshire and coming right on her heels here in Iowa, there's also so many questions about, is Joe Biden going to jump in this race or not? But with all the uncertainty of the Democratic race, she is trying to show that she is focused on being the strongest Democratic candidate to take on the Republicans. And last night at an event in Muscatine, Iowa, she told the Iowa supporters there that she has actually sent a copy of her book, Hard Choices, an autographed copy with a letter to each one of these Republican presidential candidates. So she is trying to push back at the fact that they say she has no accomplishment. So she said, look, I just thought I would send my book to them. But I can tell you, even though she's trying to talk about the Republicans, they are focusing on the Democrats and all this uncertainty on this side of the race.
And Trump, you know, has got out his victory pom-poms this morning with those new polls showing him in the lead. So, Athena, let's bring you into the conversation to talk more about what's happening there on the Republican side as you follow the Trump campaign in Iowa.
Good morning, Anna. Well, we're told by a Trump aide here today that we expect Donald Trump to talk about his tax policy, that tax plan he rolled out just last week that, of course, lowers tax rates across the board while also getting rid of a loophole that allows hedge fund managers to pay less in taxes. One thing we won't hear him talk about likely on that front is what kind of tax rate he pays. He's talked about how he fights hard to pay as little as possible in taxes. But you're right, Anna. As much as we hear Donald Trump talking about polls, I'm going to venture a guess without much fear of contradiction that he's going to mention these latest poll numbers in Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Florida. You know, these new numbers show him out on top in those 3 states, and they're going to give pause to folks who thought that maybe Trump was fading a little bit, his lead in national polls slipping a little bit, and even in Iowa and New Hampshire coming down to just 5 points. But the fact of the matter is he's still out in front.